I don't know the first thing about reviewing cameras. Hey, what's good people? Tech Jamo. Now, it's been a long time waiting. I got this Sony Zv1 a couple months ago now. I'd like to say late summer 2020. And it's been my go-to daily driver for shooting and recording any footage for YouTube. Now, I said I would do a review on this sometime last year, and when I looked into how much research there is in cameras, I got shook. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. Like, there's too much that I don't know for me to be able to tell you guys or give you guys a proper recommendation on what's really good with this thing. Then I came to terms with it. I'm a camera newbie. I'm a camera novice, camera beginner. I am the opposite to a camera professional. And a lot of you guys are too. So I thought I would still give you my impressions or review of this camera as a camera noob and let you guys know if you're a camera noob as well, will this camera be good for you? All right, so for specs now, we're saying 20 megapixel camera. It shoots 4K up to 30 frames per second. It shoots 1080p full HD up to 120 frames per second. So it's quite decent for slow motion and stuff like that. And the lens itself is a 1.8 to 2.8 aperture, and it's the equivalent of a 24mm to 70mm focal length. So from what I understand, that means the thing that opens to 1.8, so a lot of light can come in and you can get quite a bit of decent background blur. And with the 24mm to 70mm, it's a medium shot to a zoomed in medium shot, so maybe 2x zoom. Something like that. I don't know. I'll put the full list of specs in the description section below if you guys are on that thing. Now, reason why I went for this camera is because I saw bare reviews on it and they said it was good for beginners. So ideally, man like me that doesn't really know what he's doing with a camera. The camera I had prior to this was literally just my smartphone. Oh, I had a little Osmo Pocket which had a built-in gimbal, but the only issue I had with the Osmo Pocket was that I was always out of focus and the screen was so small that you couldn't really tell whether you was out of focus in the preview until you got home, and by that time you've missed the opportunity, you've missed whatever you was trying to vlog that day. Now, looking at the body of this, it's not really a lot going on, but at the same time, it's a lot. On the top now, we got a couple of buttons. We got the camera shutter button, we got the photo shutter button. You've got the mode selector button, so you can select video mode or photo mode, and then you got the on and off switch as well as a hot shoe mount. Oh, and you got the microphone array, which is a triple microphone array apparently, so it's quite a decent built-in microphone. On the bottom now, you got your little battery door and memory card door, which is right here, which you can't get to if you've got the camera on top of a tripod. However, there are a lot of adapters that you can get for this camera to enable you to still be able to access the battery port when it is mounted. On the back now, you just got bare buttons, innit? You got this kind of little dial thing, you got buttons there, buttons here, you got a little kind of grip here, and obviously you've got the flip out screen which you can flip either way. When this camera has a battery in it, flipping out the screen will automatically turn the camera on, and flipping in the screen and closing it will turn the camera off automatically as well. So yeah, as you can see, it's very beginner friendly. Open the camera to turn it on, close the camera to turn it off. Literally, it's idiot proof. Now, you may look at such a small camera and think this thing is for children. Like, it literally is for children. It's bare small, it can fit in your pocket, you can carry it anywhere. And I've always heard a lot of people say that the best camera you can have is the camera that's always with you, hence why there's so much research and development into a lot of smartphone cameras, because not everyone brings their dedicated camera with them. They just have their smartphone with them, and that's the camera that people rely on the most. So it's nice and portable, you know, to make it not too hard for you to carry around with you. Now, in terms of ports and I/O, obviously you got the battery and full-size SD card slot on the bottom. On the side, however, you got 3.5mm jack for plugging in a microphone, or I think that's about it actually, a microphone. You got a micro USB slot for charging and for like sending data. I don't know why it didn't have a USB-C, but obviously this is one of their budget cameras apparently. So They've gone for micro USB, so slow transfer speeds and slow charging as well, unfortunately. And below that, you got a micro HDMI slot kind of thing there as well. So yeah, you've necessarily got all the ports that you would need to connect whatever you'd want to this device kind of thing. And you've also got a hot shoe, so you can put on certain flashes and certain microphones that are specifically designed to be used with the Sony hot shoe ting, whatever that is. See that metal port there? Slide that in. Now, in terms of my favorite features, I'd have to say it's the automatic video shooting movie mode on this camera. It literally does everything for you. You don't have to worry about ISO, metering, focus, all of that stuff. The camera will do it for you, which is perfect for vlogging, because last thing you want to think about when you're vlogging is all your computer settings, all of your camera settings. You just want to necessarily have the thing up like this and be living your own vlogging life. Another thing that's cool when you're vlogging is that it has this background defocus mode. So immediately, as soon as you press the button, it opens up that aperture, it puts the face detection on, and it puts on that ND filter if you're outside, which it has built in, by the way, to make sure that you've got all the settings you need to get a nice, good background blur on your frame, fam. And it just looks sick, fam. Like, if I just literally, as soon as you take the camera out the box, it's defaulted so that the top button, touch it once, and you get young background blur like this, which is something more traditional that you would see on more expensive cameras with much more expensive lenses. And you can touch it again to turn it off, so that everything behind me comes back clearly, kind of thing, so you can see everything that's going on. My third favorite feature of this camera is the product showcase mode. So again, at the touch of one button, you put it into this product showcase mode, yeah? So essentially what happens is anything you put near to the camera, it automatically focuses on it. So it's like it's designed for talking head videos or product reviews on YouTube. And I'll just show you for an example. If I just put the thing on for it to film right now. So now that I've got the camera filming and I've got my little plant pot here, and I'm gonna just put the plant pot here, and it's in focus and it's out of focus. Put it here again, it's in focus and out of focus. Regardless of whether I put the plant in front of my face or not, the plant is always in focus kind of thing, which is what you really want for a product review mode. Most cameras, in order for it to focus on something that's close to the camera, what you'd have to do is cover your face so that the face detection on the camera no longer detects your face essentially, and it will start to detect whatever's closest to it. Whereas this camera, you can just put that wherever you want on the screen with your face in the frame, and yo, everything is in focus when you need it to be. Another thing that's really good about this camera is that there is no time limit for it to shut off. You can put it to 30 minutes, but it's like 30 minutes just means unlimited time. Because when you want to use this camera as a web camera to properly upgrade your streaming like webcam thing, fam, let me tell you, it does not run out. The only thing that will run out is the battery, and you can get a little dummy battery to plug in there so that you've essentially got as much battery as your power source can supply essentially. So you can run it off a power bank or run it off a USB port on your computer, whatever USB port you have available. Now the worst features I would say are the menus. Like when you get a camera like this, if you're a beginner like me, you don't really know about cameras, you'll open the menu and you'll be like, yeah, I need to take this back because I can't use this. I cannot use this. The menu system is intimidating, fam. Like if I just show it to you here, yeah, okay, I can't do, can I do that? And wait, let me try and show it to you at the same time. Can I do that? I mean, the menu system doesn't look too mad, yeah, but fam, it's just, you don't know where to find things. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the price. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of YouTubers be talking about this camera, they be reviewing it, and they're like, yeah, this is nice for Sony's budget lineup. Budget? When since was £700 budget? That's not budget, fam. That for me, fam, anything above 50 bar, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to talk to my bank. Like, I don't know where this money is supposed to come from. £700. Now, I know Sony cameras are really good. They go up to 1,600, 2,000, all of that. I think Sony even bought out a Sony Xperia 5 Mark whatever, or whatever phone they just bought out. And I think it's £2,500 because it's got an external HDMI. Like, obviously, Sony are them money guys, but for a budget device, I don't know. That's one big thing where I can't tell people to go for it, because I know it's a lot of money to invest on your YouTube. But hopefully, if you do go for something this pricey, you won't have to buy anything else in a long time. You won't have to upgrade your camera for a while. And then the last thing that kind of annoys me about this is the size of the batteries. Like, as you just saw halfway through the shoot, the battery for this camera ran out. I think it lasts for about an hour, 20 minutes of shooting video at 1080p 60 frames per second, or even less if you're shooting 4K. And the batteries are relatively cheap on Amazon. I'm not gonna lie, like, they're on Amazon. I think you can buy a pack of 3, pack of 4 for like £20. So it's not like the batteries are in short source or limited supply or anything, but it's just annoying having to take out the battery, put in another battery. Obviously, if you're gonna do a shoot with this camera outside, or you're gonna do some vlogging a day out, you're gonna need to bring 4 batteries with you. Make sure they're all charged as well. But yeah, guys, that's basically the features that I notice as a non-camera person. There's a lot more you can do with this camera. Obviously, you can go into the manual modes. You can change your picture profile. I think I heard they got S-Log on here, S-Log 2, S-Log 3, whatever all of that means. I'm just a guy that gets a camera and I need it to do what it does well. And yeah, this is it, fam. But anyway, hopefully that helped. If there's any questions I could possibly answer about this camera, then feel free to try and hook me up in the comment section. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to leave it to the professionals. Thanks for watching. I'm out.